Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
So with that, we have come to the end of this section, and again we have some questions for us. The first one is, how many biosphere reserves are there in India? Is it 14, 15, 16 or 18? The correct answer is 18. Second one, Sundarbans Bioreserve is located in which state? Is it Assam, West Bengal, Meghalaya, Tamil Nadu? Sundarbans is located in West Bengal. Next question. Why has India a rich heritage of flora and fauna? India has a vast land with different climatic conditions in different regions. This leads to the growth of rich and diverse vegetation and wildlife across the country. Okay. The next question. Why have biosphere reserves been set up? So there are many reasons. One is to conserve and maintain the diversity of vegetation and wildlife. Number 2, to promote researches on ecological conservation and various aspects of environmental preservation. To provide facilities for education, awareness, and training. To preserve the genetic variety of the various species of flora and fauna. Okay. The next question. Explain the ways to conserve forests. There are 3 main ways to conserve the forests. One is afforestation, and it is the process by which we plant more trees. Alright. Number 2 is by checking the urban growth by checking that the growth of towns and cities and its development is well planned and managed so that it does not damage the environment. Okay, and number 3 and the last is by also checking the grazing of animals. So, by making sure that a pasture of land or the area of land is not overgrazed by animals, okay, animals of the nomads or animals of the other areas, okay. So, by doing that, we preserve that plot of land or that region from soil erosion, from any other kind of damage of that area, and then we conserve the forests. So these are the 3 main ways to conserve the forest. So with this we have come to the end of this chapter. So in this chapter, if I have to briefly tell you about it, what we learned was basically about vegetation. What is vegetation? Vegetation is the plants, the shrubs, the creepers, the trees that we see around us, the different kinds of it. Okay, and then as we were learning about these various types of plants, various trees, we also learned what impacts or what leads its diversity, what leads it to grow in different parts of the region in a way that it grows, which is unique to one another. The plants or the trees that we see in the Himalayas cannot be seen in the coastal areas. The plants and trees that we see in the desert areas cannot be seen in the plateau areas. So we learned about the distinct uniqueness of each types of vegetations. And then we also saw the different kinds of vegetation, where we saw 5 types of vegetation that we find in India. We went through it, and then at the end we saw and we learned how it is important and why it is important to conserve the forest. And there, although we saw various ways to conserve and preserve the natural resource, which is forests and vegetation, we also learned that how we also play an important role in the conservation process. Our role is also very important. Our involvement is also equally important as that of the government, as that of the global community. So with this, we come to an end of this chapter. I hope you had a nice time learning about vegetation and its conservation. And with this, I end here with the hope that I'll see you again in the next class to learn about another interesting aspect of the Indian geography.